let me just set in my settings. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hello. I see you all. Oh my goodness. Akanea satore ekene ekaria sokoa. Oh my gush. I am sort of gushing with love, I have to say. When I usually teach with Zooms, I have myself in speaker mode, but I want to see everybody's beautiful faces, and I can't read your names without my glasses. Anna Diana, hello, it's good to see you. I don't, tell me your first, put your first name in the chat, okay? So I can, and Barbie is here, and Laura and CB. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you all. Oh my goodness. Ah, Kanea Satore. That's what I thought. I thought that was you, Debbie. Thank you. It's so, I have to tell you. So you all know this is casual. Welcome to the party. Okay, let me do my official welcome. I'm so excited. And it's 8 o'clock this morning for me. And I'm still already really feeling the energy. It's so high. Kanea Satene Okariakawa. So welcome everyone to the Sacred Joy anniversary party. This is our 6-month celebration of being an official pod. And it has been a glorious, glorious, magnificent ride. And y'all have been so patient with me and with the space and helping build it. It is a collaborative effort, right? You know this. So maybe we can take a breath together. I know I need to because I feel like I'm going to start crying. And all those feelings are okay. Seeing your beautiful faces, my Acasma family. You know, when Andrea asked me to be a pod leader back in, I think it was September, I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know that, am I really like me? I don't know. Have you ever have those doubts? And she's like, oh, no, you'll be great. You'll be great. We need this. And so I said, okay, I'll do it. And it took me a while to get my bearings to figure out what I needed to do and what it was. Um, and the reason I'm able to do what I do and the reason the space is able to be what it is because of you, is because of everybody here holding the line and showing up with love over and over and over and over again. And our pod, y'all, I'm not from the South, but I do like to say y'all sometimes, is so unique. It is super unique. I am a member of some of the other pods, so I'm able to go in and kind of see them. And what is and everyone is different and everyone is glorious, just like everybody has different personalities, right? But what I think is super unique about the Sacred Joy Pod is it is truly joyous. It is truly joyous. It is so light. It is so uplifting. And that doesn't mean we don't have our wobbly spots. Of course we have our wobbly spots because we're human beings, right? And we are moving through these spaces of conditioning. We are moving through these spaces of having forgotten who we are and coming into the space of what we know ourselves to be, even more than what we know ourselves to be. And we're moving through that space together and we're cheering each other on over and over and over and over again. And I just am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. So I'm going to tell you what my sort of agenda is, but we can go anywhere you want. There is a class happening for Andrea's AQE Foundation students starting in an hour. So I am mindful of that. So I'm going to, we're going to be here until about 10 till or 5 till so that the people who are going to be taking that class have time to reorient yourselves and get in. So I'll be watching the clock. We are going to, first and foremost, send our love and our gratitude to A.L. Garris, the origination point of Acasma. Because without her, none of us would have connected in the way that we are right now. And then I want to give a special shout out to the first 5 members of this Acasma Sacred Joy pod. I don't know if you all know who you are, but we're going to give a shout out to each of these beautiful souls who really helped birth the space with me and continue to do that. And then we're going to go into a free flow. We're going to go into, I would love to know, you can share whatever you want, speak from your heart. And I would love to know, like, do you have an Acasma story that you just are burning to share? Like, one of those, like, I couldn't believe it types of things. Or maybe you want to share about how Acasma has impacted you and how you move through the world in the space of you. Or maybe you want to talk about the pod and what it has been like for you. You can talk about anything you want. And then about the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we're going to move into some cosmic quantum energy. How does that sound? Does everybody's on board with that? Okay, I'm going to keep that chat open. So Debbie told me her name and she said, I am grateful for you, Kirsten. Thank you so much. I love you. And Anna Diana, thank you. Kanesa koreika. So before we get into it anymore, I would love to each of us send our love and our gratitude to Andrea, to A.L. Garrett herself. Because had she not said yes, had she not released her doubt, had she not moved through her fears, had she not stepped into the space of, and you all have felt this, truly, divinely unconditional love. My experience with Andrea is it was the first time that I'd ever experienced unconditional love in that way. And so if you would join me, bringing your hands together in prayer position. If you are an Acasma facilitator, you can say or intend Acasma flow. If you're not an Acasma facilitator, you can say or attend Acasma flow. And sending our gratitude to Andrea. Gratitude for the journey that led her to her space, that led us to our space. Gratitude and love and joy in the highest degree. For her continuing to say yes to herself, for her continuing to say yes to you, for continuing to say yes, for leading the way, and in leading the way, becoming an activation point for you to lead the way back to you. And as we move into this space of silence, expressing anything that you desire that's in and on your heart for her, to her. Beautiful. And you can come back whenever you're ready. There's no hurry. Every time I get on Zoom, my nose runs, so thank you for your patience. And then we have our 5 OG, our 5 original Sacred Joy members. And I'd love to say their names, whether they are here live or catching the replay. We feel their love. We feel their love in every way in all days. And their names are Imogene. Y'all know Imogene. And our beautiful, Barbie. Barbie holds a space. And she shares from her heart. Thank you. And beautiful Shamar. You know him as Soul 6, SOUL 6. I got to meet Shamar at the Conscious Life Expo, and I didn't know who he was. This is part of being in the Sacred Joy or any of the Discord chat spaces, is people, they make their names something else, like Debbie is I am right here on Zoom. And so I don't always know when you're posting if you have changed your name to something that's not your first name. I don't always know who you are. And so he came up to me and he was like, "Hi, hi." And I'm like, "Oh, hi." And I'm like, "Do I know him?" And Holly, who leads the Eternal Light Within pod, she was like, "Kirsten, I think he's in your pod." I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know." And then I finally was able to put two and two together, and we had a really glorious heart connection. And um, when the Sacred Joy pod was kind of crickets, when nobody was really posting a whole lot, it was so new. Barbie and Shamar really held the line. They really showed up in a beautiful way. I want to thank you both and all. And Imogene, too. Imogene is very consistent in being here, so thank you. And number 4 for our Sacred Joy Pot of Light is CB. CB has been here from the very beginning with me. She's my best friend. And there she is. She's in her car. She's like, "I'm going to have to do it from the car." And she's had my back through this whole space. So thank you, CB. Thank you. She doesn't chime in on in the Discord chat space a whole lot because that's not her jam, but she does chime in and watch and read. So thank you, CB, for the way that you show up and the way that this is what I love about Acasma is it meets everybody exactly where they are, especially our chat space. There are many people who never ever post anything, but they are watching and they are reading and they are connecting and they are liking. And that is an important space. Everything, all the ways that you show up for yourself and for all the spaces that you are is absolutely glorious and magnificent. And it makes a difference. It makes a difference. And number 5 is Bonnie. I think Bonnie is here. I saw her. Yeah, there you are. There you are, Bonnie. So Bonnie is one of my AQE students. She took the first AQE class I ever taught back in the fall. And she's just been a rising, shining star in Acasma and has been present in not only this Discord space, but also we have a separate chat space for my AQE students. And she's really been a true leader of Acasma. So Bonnie, thank you so much. So, connect with your heart space. Feel the love and the space that is around you, your team of light, the Acasma team of light who's here, filling the space, filling the room. Each of you are so beautifully surrounded by light. I mean, if you look at the screen, at all of the little boxes of everybody, you can see the light surrounding each and every one of you. And it is truly magnificent. Hello, Chet. It's so good to see you here. So I want to open up the space. Does anybody want to share? And if you don't have your camera on, you can still unmute yourself. You can still speak even if you don't have your camera on. If you do have your camera on, I'd love to bring you on screen, but that's up to you. You just let me know. I'll ask you. Does anybody have anything they want to say about Acasma or the Sacred Joy Pot of Light or any experience that you've had or anything that's on your heart? Just raise your hand or use the emoji to raise your hand, or you can put it in the chat if you don't want to speak out loud. Does anybody have anything they want to say? I know you do. I thought you did, Debbie. Are you okay with coming on screen? Okay, great. There we go. Hello, beautiful. Unmute yourself, sweetheart. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you so
Hello
much.
to everybody. And I just want to say two things. I'm really glad that I have connected with the Joy Pod. I have truly found that every time I enter the Discord and read the comments, I really feel like I have found a soul tribe within every one of you, and each of you carry such a beautiful spirit and in the Acasma flow and what have you. I wanted to speak about Andrea for just a moment as well. I first came upon Andrea on TikTok. I would say a year or so ago, if not longer. And every time she would pop up, it would be always on my For You page. And it would be like, my heart would just be like, there she is. And she always had such encouraging things to say. And I had expressed this to her when I originally joined the AQE Foundation and had taken her class. And I told her that that's where my first connection with her was. And it was such a deep connection. And I'm really grateful that I have taken the class and have just experienced, because her videos and her meditations have really kind of brought me further on my journey than I had. And it was a really clear pathway for me to move forward and really put some pieces together that needed to come together for this journey. And I'm grateful to you and to her and to everybody in here.
Thank you. That is beautiful. I had a similar experience. I don't do TikTok, but I do Insta. And some of you may have already heard this story because I've shared it in various places and talking with Andrea. But um, in 2021, light language just sort of just came out of my mouth. I had no idea what it was, right? And and so I did what any modern day person does. I went on Instagram and I went hashtag light language because somebody told me that's what I was doing. And so I did hashtag light language. And so people started popping up. And there was maybe about 5 or 6 that I started following. And gradually I just sort of unfollowed them, you know, whatever, how we do. But I stuck with Andrea. And every time she spoke, whether she was speaking light language or something else, like you, Debbie, it was just like this soul resonance. It was definitely a space of coming home. And for anybody who resonates with that space, what is happening is that she is reflecting back to you the space of home that you are within yourself. Right? That's why so many people across the globe resonate so deeply with her and with Acasma, is because it is really not about her, yet it is, right? In the sense that she is able to hold the line and be that activation point for you. And but that I found her on Instagram too. I felt immediate connection. I signed up for some of her one-off classes, like a full moon ritual and stuff like that. Um, and then eventually took AQE foundations, and then everything just started to roll from there. So you and I have had a very similar path with her, and I think there's many people here who have. And it's what I think is so interesting is the commonality that I hear, and from all the different YouTubes that she posts, which is a lot, thank goodness, is just really that feeling of heart connection of home. And I think at first I thought that feeling of home was about her. That feeling of home was about her, the Acasma energy. It took me a while for it to register in my being that actually that feeling of home that I was registering was me. I had just never been home, right? And then we get to share this space with each other in the Sacred Joy Pod, because when we go out talking to, say, the general public, we're like, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home with myself. People are like, what? And nobody here says what? I have never in the whole, if you scroll all the way back in Discord, which would take a while, nobody has ever said, I'm not sure what you mean. We get it. So thank you so much for that beautiful share. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Okay. All right. Beautiful. Let me do that. Okay. Let me just switch my screen view here so I can see everybody better. All right. Is there anybody else who has anything that they want to say or share? Okone, I feel, thank you, Anna Diana. Are you okay with coming on screen? Yeah? Okay. Beautiful. Hello, beautiful.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Oh, take a breath. It's okay because we're all family here. I wanted to play that song, We Are Family. You know, I wanted to play that as you guys came in, but I can't do that because I'm going to post it on YouTube and I'll get in trouble for copyright laws. But I really wanted to play that song for you. It's so good to see you and to hear your voice. Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. I just want to say that I'm very grateful for each one of you, Andrea, Kirsten, and everyone else who's here. I just want to share a small thing that I have each time I'm connecting with the Acasma. It doesn't matter if I'm facilitating or if I'm with you, meditation. each time I see, it's like without seeing you with my eyes, I feel like I see you in fractals of lights and symbols of light language. It's very different for me. I have a friend here in Romania, because we are from Romania, who speaks light language. And after I connected with her, I connected with Andrea again, because I knew her from TikTok, and then I've connected. I wrote her because I feel like I was on the same energy frequency after I've connected with my old friend, and then after I came here, I felt, as you said, I felt exactly like home. It's it's so different, seeing and feeling all of you, even if you are online over Zoom, or even if we are not over Zoom, but it's I can't explain through words everything that I'm feeling inside, and how grateful I am for you being here, for everyone, because we know that we are not our bodies, and this Akasma is teaching me like every day that when I close my eyes, I know you are here, everyone is here, and I want to bow to you all and say thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, and thank you for being with me in this journey, because it's been hard lately. I had the awakening a few years ago, and I felt so alone until I found my way back home, and now back to you, to my tribe, and I love you so much. I love you all, and thank you. This is
That
to
was
share.
beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your heart. That was so beautiful. And it's, I wonder if we can just breathe into the space that Anna Diana brought into us. You're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else that you want to say or share?
That's all. Thank you for now.
Beautiful. All right. Anybody else have anything that they want to say or share? I just feel like there's somebody like just like on the edge of their seat, like, I think I do, I think I do. And my eyes keep being drawn to Barbie and Bonnie. Barbie, you do. Okay,
It's
I'm going to bring
me.
you on screen. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I just didn't want to cry.
Oh, honey, I, I'm
Like,
typically not a
because
crier, but when I
I
talk
cry
about
all the
Acasma,
time.
we both cry a lot. I know, it's okay. It's
You
okay. We love you.
know, it's like I cry when I feel the spirit and I feel source. I cry,
Me
and
too. I
so
know.
I'm
Yes.
crying all the time, all the time. But so I'm going to tap back in on what you guys were talking about because I'm in the same boat with you and Debbie. When I seen Andrea on TikTok, the first time I seen her was with Tayel, and that's when I seriously felt like she was speaking to me. And then she was following me. I was following her, and like every time she would say, like her videos would pop up, and she would say, "Hello, Holy One." You know, Holy One. Every time she said Holy One, it just spoke to my soul. It just, and I've said it before, even on the videos that we did, that I feel like she's a long lost twin sister that I'm finally meeting up with from a past life or something. Because when I read the first part of her book, it was like I was reading my childhood. You know, I mean, it's just I have never felt more connected spiritually. I'm just gonna not just spiritually in a whole to more than I have with Andrea. So Acasma, I mean, I was introduced to Acasma without a name. And Andrea, when I met her, she brought all the other information in with it when I kept asking, well, what is this? What is this? What is this? They brought me to Andrea. And then all the pieces got put together. So with Andrea, she made me whole.
Mm.
With Acasma, I was able to find me. I was able to be whole again and remember who I really am. I found my consciousness. And that's what Acasma is. It is the ascension modality that helps you find your consciousness. And I am forever, forever grateful. And I'm grateful to you, Kirsten.
It's
I'm gonna get
Kirsten
this
or
right.
Kirsten, whatever you want.
I always heard Andrea calling you Kirsten, so it
I
stuck.
love being called
And
Kirsten.
then I heard the switch, and I'm like, okay, new program.
Yeah, no,
Gotta
no, you
switch.
can call me. I love being called Kirsten. It's okay. Yes, yes.
Okay, so then I just want to say thank you for holding this space, because
Mm.
this is becoming a very big space. And I'm just so in love with every bit of what we all are,
Yes,
because it's
yes,
pure unconditional source love.
yes,
And that's my jam.
yes.
Love. Love heals all. It really does. And we're ever expanding with love. So thank you, Kirsten.
You're
I'll call you
welcome.
Kirsten.
You can call
I
me
like
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
I like
I like
Kirsten.
Kirsten. You
Barbie,
look like a Kirsten to me. So
that was a
I love
beautiful.
you.
I love you too. And it's I have days with the pod where I can't get to my computer and I can't post something, and I think, oh, I really want to post something. And right when when I think that, I'll open up the app and Barbie will have posted. So we're kind of like toggling. And when Andrew made Greg the ambassador of the eternal light within, I'm like, "Ah, Barbie's my ambassador. You're like my unofficial ambassador of the Sacred Joy Pod, because you and Anna Diana, you
Oh,
post quite a bit as far as like, little messages or graphics or something like that. And it really does really help uplift everybody. I feel, and I know you do too. And we all are, we're all singing to the choir of ourselves. Yes. And but whatever we're feeling inspired to share, and we share within the context of Acasma, it is such a beautiful space of activation for everybody, because we never know who is maybe in the wobbles, who is feeling alone, feeling like they don't have somebody to talk to, and they go in, they open up that Discord chat, and there we are. And that is how we support each other, by being ourselves, because we each are an activation point of consciousness for all of humanity in only the way that you can be with your unique energetic signature. And Barbie, what you shared, and I always love the videos that you do with Andrea too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Truly, I am grateful. Thank you. Is there
thank you.
anything else
Thank
that you
you.
want to say or share?
Yeah, I didn't know I was one of the 5.
Yes,
I was just
yes,
gonna
you're the
say,
top,
I
the
did
first
not know
5.
that when you paused and started to cry and you said my name, I started crying. Oh my gosh.
I don't think Barbie and I can be in the same space without one of us bursting into tears.
Right.
And here's the
No
thing
lie.
though, when we are in that space of love and you are allowing for that flow to be present. Whether you're at the grocery store, cleaning your toilets, in a work meeting, in a Zoom meeting, you are showing you an activation point for all the other spaces of humanity to connect in with that space of love too. So let your tears flow.
Right.
Let your tears
Well,
flow. This is what it means to
I've
be the new
also
human.
learned,
Yes.
right. I've also learned that when you cry, you are releasing the negative and allowing the source
Yes.
energy to come refill you up.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
do. I cry everywhere. You can ask any
Yes.
of my friends that are in here that know me from my community. I am a crier. I cry
Yes.
all the time.
Barbie has
And for no reason.
You've been such a beautiful space of she has her own community, her own online community, and she has invited many of those members into the Sacred Joy Pod. And I want to thank you too for helping build the space with your connections. It really has made a big difference.
Oh,
When we are crying, when you are in the space of a release of tears, when you're connected into that space of love, those tears are actually an expression of your sacred waters. Isn't that amazing? The
beautiful.
sacred waters are bubbling up and out of your physical structure and blessing the space of you and blessing the space of everybody who bears witness to that. So thank you so much for your tears. They're beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I cry all the time. I was worrying that, well, not worrying, but I was wondering if I was sharing too much.
Not
And
at
so
all.
now I know.
We
Um,
can't
I
share
will
too much.
um, um, would others, I usually share my experiences with Acasma, like when I go deep, and you know what I'm talking about, my notes and all my experiences in the class space. Would you want me to share them in our pod as well? So
I don't know.
others
Follow
can.
your heart. Follow your heart. I think that you will know, you will feel led to share whatever it is that you feel resonant with, that you feel would be applicable or with the space. So the Sacred Joy Pod, for anybody who's new here, because there are some new people here, the Sacred Joy Pod is a sort of a subdivision, for lack of a better term, of the Acasma Grid. So when you join the Acasma Grid of Light for at sacredexpansion.com, and you are invited to attend a monthly Zoom call where you bless yourself, you bless the planet, and all the things, right? That is hosted by Andrea. And then within that space, but there isn't like a support system there wasn't a support system for the grid members. This is where the pods of light came in. There are 4 pods of light worldwide. We are one of 4. And so the people in the Sacred Joy Pod of Light, or any of them for that matter, are a mix of people who are just discovering Acasma. They're very new. They're dipping their toes in it. They're not quite sure what to make about it. They are people who have taken AQE Foundation. Some of them have had sessions. Some of them have not. It really is a variety from the very, very introductory space of Acasma all the way up to teachers and grandeas and everything like that. So the Sacred Pod has people from all walks of connection points to Acasma. And so when the only thing that we say within the pod space, and it's in the guidelines, you can read it, is that all the shares are always about Acasma, because this is a space of Acasma. And I think I've never, ever had anybody in our pod kind of go rogue. Everybody has been very much attuned to Acasma and understands the space. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for really honoring the space and using it as your connection point to a cosmic quantum energy, because it is one of the most powerful, impactful, expansive spaces available to humanity. And you are a front runner of that space. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there anybody else who has anything that they want to share? Just let me look at the chat. Hold on. Let me get my glasses. I never know where they are. I've got like 16 pairs of glasses in my house because I'm always setting them down somewhere. Okay. Oh, Anna Diana. So Debbie said, I see you, Anna Diana. And Anna Diana said, Barbie inspired me to post. See, I love that. Alice, I see your hand. I'll bring you on in just a minute. Debbie said, no tear is ever wasted. And CB said, I love this space deeply. Thank you all for sharing this space with me. That's beautiful. Alice, I can't bring you on screen because your camera is not on, but if you unmute yourself, we can hear you.
Okay, hello. I'm
Hello,
a little nervous,
beautiful.
but that's fine. I am so happy to share.
I'm here. I'm
Um,
so happy to hear your voice. Thank you.
Thank you. Um, so yeah, I'm very new to the pod. I'm very new to Acasma in general. Of course, I was
Welcome.
brought here by Barbie.
Yes.
Thank you. And yes, Barbie, goodness, I'm going to give her a little shout out because I don't think, I mean, we do plenty of Barbie shout outs, but she doesn't shout out herself enough. Barbie has just, she empowered me to love myself, to really see my value. Oh, I'm going to cry. And she also really helped me to find my own truth and step into what is true for me. And the beautiful thing is, when Barbie shares me her truth and I tell her, no, Barbie, this is my truth, she says, thank you, Alice. Thank you for sharing.
Oh.
Thank you for honoring yourself. And it's just the most beautiful thing. It's wonderful. And on the topic of the pod and the Discord, this is not a space I post in a lot. I'm not always up there making all the comments and things, but I'm always reading. I'm always checking in. It's so nice to just have a little notification that I can go to and say, "Oh, look at this." And it just like it helps me to rebalance and heal just by tapping into the space. And the energy just radiates. It just radiates from the words and the people. And it's so incredible just to be able to simply pop in. And I I know that there are no judgments. I'm not out here sharing my whole life and telling all of these things, but I know that I could. I know that, just seeing all of these other people sharing and everybody else being vulnerable is such a beautiful reminder that like I am seen, even if I'm not putting myself out there. And it's just a wonderful, beautiful thing to be a part of. So thank you honestly to literally everybody, and to you, Kirsten, and to you, Barbie,
Thank you.
and of course, A.L. Garris and everybody. It's just been so wonderful and healing, and it's beautiful to be at the very beginning of this journey, for sure.
I love that. Thank you so much for your share, Alice. And thank you for coming on and speaking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You said something really important. She talked about how she comes into the space and she might not post, but she's reading and she's connecting in with the space. And when you're in the Discord chat, if you're on your computer, I don't know how to do this on the phone. I think it's on one of the sidebar menus, but there's a little picture of like a little human head, like a little outline of a head. It says members, and you can click that and you can see the names of all of the members in the Sacred Joy Pod. You might know this, but it is really lovely. One of the practices that I do is if I don't have anything to say or I'm out and about, I'll pull it open and I'll scan the list of everybody in the pod and I'll just connect in and just send you a little bit of love, send you some Acasma flow, right? And so that is something that we can all do. If you are somebody who is a little shyer to post or it's just not your thing, I see you, and that is absolutely okay. All spaces are welcome here. And one of the ways to connect is just to scan that list. You don't even have to read it. You just look at it, just see those list of names and connect in that way. And again, with Acasma, we're not ever mixing energy. Nobody's inserting anything on you, or we're not doing the whole like enmeshment thing, right? We know this with Acasma. Acasma, everybody is their own sovereign being. We offer a blessing. It floats in front of you, and your higher self will choose how you want to interact with that space. So it's never a push. It's never an invasion. You are your own person. I am my own person. And we so much respect that space. And it is a lovely space to connect our hearts, right? That was a beautiful share. Thank you so much. Bonnie said, CB said she had to go. Bonnie said, enjoy your day. And Diana said, you felt me doing that. I love it. I love it. Thank you. So does anybody else have anything else they'd like to say or share? Kone etini. Bonnie, beautiful. Can I bring you on screen? Okay. There we go. Hello, beautiful. I can't hear you, sweetheart. But you're unmuted. I know we've had this issue before. Not issue, but we've had microphone stuff. Okay. 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 Well,
Sometimes if you go out and then come back in, it'll allow it.
yeah. Or you can put it in the chat. So I'm gonna remove the spotlight. But if you unmute yourself and you start to talk, it's okay. Okay, and I'll bring you back on. All right. So what I'd like to do is move into Konea Satene Ikarea Kokoa. Let's move into the space of Acasma. You can have your eyes open or closed, whatever feels right to you. Connect with your breath. Konea Satene Ikarea Kokoa Okoko Oasate Iakekene Ikarea Kokoa. We have an immediate connection, and the first thing I'm noticing is there's an opening along the back of your neck from the base of your head down to the top. It's almost like it's open like this, right? Sotore ekekene ekarea kokoa. And that's traveling down through the spine, nea sotore, energy opening, energy moving. And it's coming into, this is so, I love Acasma. The message that's coming in is, I have your back. And I don't mean me. I have your back is you speaking to you. I have your back. So as you hear me say those words, imagine it is your voice speaking to you, your higher mind, your higher heart, your quantum self, speaking to you. I have your back. So there's energy expanding all over your body. Your auric field is opening and expanding, moving. The flow of the energy around you is becoming more and more fluid, more and more cohesive. The flow of you within you, the flow of you within your environment, the flow with you within your emotions, the flow of you and your connection to your I am, the flow of you within your connection to the quantum self. That flow is thick. That flow is solid. And that flow is smooth. It is a beautiful, brilliant pink and purple and white. Breathe and allow, please. There's clearing, opening through the root center, blessing your abundance, blessing your securities, blessing your homes, and blessing your families. Somebody's car is receiving a blessing. I love Acasma. We just never know where we're going to go, but your car is receiving a blessing. Crown centers are opening. It's so fascinating because your third eye center is pulsing. It's pulsing to the beat of a ceremonial drum. Breathe and allow, please. That ceremonial drum pulsating through your third eye is creating a sound frequency. Rattling and vibrating the cellular structure, the DNA, activating dormant DNA. Breathe and allow, please. Throat center is expanding. And just like there was a pulsating frequency through the third eye center, there's a blossoming going in happening through the throat center. It is blessing and activating your source frequency within the expression of who you are. And that expression isn't always through your voice. You know this. It is through your essence, through your being, through your art, through your creations, through your conversations, through your breath. Beautiful. Liver function is being blessed. Small intestine is, there's like a recalibration of the gut biome. Isn't that interesting? A recalibration of the gut biome. What I'm seeing is it looks like there are little gold sparkles. If you've ever looked at the water on a sunny day and you see these, it's like light dancing on the waters. Yes, this is what I'm seeing at the microcosmic level of the lining of your intestinal tract from your mouth all the way down through every space of you within the digestive system. Blessing your gut biome. Breathe and allow, please. Heart centers are activating. Your heart center is activating out the front and out the back and out the side as your armpits, the expression, the scent of you is a blessing. Isn't that interesting? In many cultures, we've been taught to modify our scent, to cover up our scent, to be embarrassed of our scent. Your scent is an activation space. Breathe. Noa setene etene kokoateya. Beautiful. Your root lines. I've seen this a couple times before. I'm seeing it now, and I don't know if it's come up in a Sacred Joy C2C, but it looks like you're wearing a hoop skirt, an old-fashioned hoop skirt. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a skirt that women wore in, like, say, the 1800s, and they were really big. They had these metal hoops, and so they would come out really big like that. And I'm seeing this happening from your waist out as your root, and that's a representation of your root lines, of how robust and strong and solid as they reach through the earth, through all the layers and the core and the spaces. Allowing your root lines to bless the planet and allowing the planet to bless your root lines. Kakaya so oa a niaseteya. Tene ekarea kokoa. Crown centers are opening even more. I wonder if you can, if you will, with me, consider the space of your physical structure. Just connect in with your body. And as you connect in and you visualize or you sense your body, or however that unfolds for you, I want you to imagine there's a layer of golden light permeating your skin. And there's brilliant aqua blue light shining out your eyes. Each of your senses is blessed, are blessed. Breathe and allow. Sending yourself love and gratitude for the space that you allowed yourself to be today. Space and gratitude for our Sacred Joy Pod. We're blessing the pod itself, the container for us that allows us to have this heart connection, this space and connection to Acasma. And gratitude and space and love for A.L. Garris and for Acasma itself. that is here, that we are, that is in all the spaces of us. And we send a shout out of love and gratitude to all the Sacred Joy members who are on their way here. Whether that has registered in their being yet or not. And when you feel ready, and there's no hurry, you can stay in this space for as long as you want. But if you feel ready, you can bring your hands together in prayer position. Open your eyes, coming back. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to this space. I'd like to take a picture. Are you guys okay if I take a picture? Okay, yeah, I know. Fluff your hair. Get yourself in the position. I'll tell you before I take it. There's this new app that I have with Zoom that's going to allow me to take a group photo. I haven't used it before, so bear with me. I'll tell you when I'm going to take it. Okay, everybody's got their shiny smiley faces on. Okay, ready? Okay, hold on. I forgot to get myself ready. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Give me your beautiful smile. Perfect. Thank you so much. You all are absolutely divine. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for coming on this morning. Thank you for being here. I see all of your beautiful faces, and I will see you in the Discord chat. Thank you so much for every space of you that you are and that you ever have been and always will be. Have a beautiful day, and I'll post a replay in the chat.